That is super windy. I literally just got blown off to this side. That did not feel good at all. I don't even know how this mic is gonna pick up the sound. So there's been some changes to the mic. I don't know if I already talked about it or not, but I got a proper dead cat, like a lavalier dead cat. That's a lot better at stopping wind. And then I've got a different chin mount for the GoPro, which basically allows me to gain back some of the things that I lost with the helmet, like the visor wasn't closing all the way, and the chin wind guard wasn't extended the way it should have been. So I got all of that back after replacing the chin mount. So all of those things should prevent wind from coming in. I must say that the Ruroc helmet is it's not exactly the quietest. It's not exactly the quietest helmet, honestly. Like, I hear a lot of wind inside. Mic is actually better at blocking it last time I checked it. I don't know if it was more windy or less windy when I checked it, but it was good. Now the only downside that I noticed, and it's kind of a big downside honestly, is the sound of the exhaust doesn't come through as good as it used to. Now I don't know, maybe it's just the one-off when I rode it, so we'll see. I haven't really tweaked anything since then, so I imagine the audio is going to be fairly the same from this trip, but we'll check it. But I think, and there was still some wind, you know, there was still some wind that's still making its way in, which honestly sucks. But there's like two sides to that story, you know. There's like, one is when you hear the wind, you're pretty much getting the true audio of what I hear when I'm riding. Whereas when there is no wind, you just get a clear audio, which is also good. So both those things are good, depends how you look at it. And I don't know. I think I would probably be okay with the amount of wind that I used to have if I can get the same exhaust sound, if that makes sense. Like, I want more exhaust sound to carry through the video, and if it means getting a little bit of wind, I actually don't mind it. But let me know what you guys think. That's me. I actually watch my videos myself quite a bit. I don't know if it's weird or what, but but I like to watch where I'm riding. I actually enjoy it very much. And when I have that more wind, like not a lot of wind, right? Like where you still can adequately hear me when I speak, when it's clear, which it was last time I checked. And yeah, if there's a little bit of wind here and there, like a gust that you hear, I don't think that's bad. I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy that, as long as it doesn't like cause the mic to start to baffle out and like do processing on all the audio to remove the wind, which kind of results in weird sounding audio at the end. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the audio in some of the recent videos. So there's a couple, I don't know if I'm going to be releasing this video right now, the one I'm filming, or not, but there are a number of videos right now pending to be released. By the time, if I release this video, and by the time I release this video, they should be out. So if you've seen them in those videos, I have been using a Rode mic to capture just the exhaust sound, not me talking, but just the exhaust sound of the bike. So I had that Rode mic under my back seat, and I mean, it captures the exhaust pretty good, right? Like it's loud, it's pretty loud, but there's something that is, I don't know, it's just something that's like not natural in that sound. I don't know, I can't tell you exactly, but it just feels, it doesn't feel real, you know. So even though it's like louder and everything, it just feels kind of, I don't know, almost like fake in a way. I still dig it, but when I start thinking about it, you know, I'm not as happy about it. If that makes sense. So I almost prefer the lavalier mic, the one I have in my helmet right now, but I haven't really recorded a lot with that. With the Rode mic, I did a pretty lengthy trip, like 3-hour, 4-hour trip, and I've basically recorded the whole thing. So, but this right here is another test. Man, you know, I tell you, it is very difficult to get the audio set up. It is very difficult. Like, I've gone through so many test runs and trying this and trying that. I've learned a lot of stuff in the process, but I feel like I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. So I'll still be exploring certain options and see if I can improve the audio quality more. Look at that mountain range right there. That is a sick mountain range. Man, that's awesome. Look at that. It's like edgy. Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. Oh, that's really bumpy. Alright, so I picked up this throttle. They call it cruise control. It's not really cruise control. It holds your speed however you set it. So initially when I used it, it barely worked. It was really bad. Now I kind of dial. So yeah, see how when we going uphill, you actually lose speed. It's not that it lets go. It just you need to give it more, you know. So it's not really a cruise control, it's just kind of a, it helps you secure your throttle in place. And then before, so this thing comes with like 2 rubber rings. You can see I have it right there. There's a rubber ring. And the first time I put it up, I didn't put the rubber ring on. And so if you're getting one of those, and I will have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to get yourself one. Initially I didn't have the ring on, and when I went out riding, you know, I set the throttle lock, and it wasn't holding throttle at all. Like I mean, it will hold it for like a second and then start to gradually let go. Now this one, once I put the rubber ring on, and I thought maybe I would, like the reason I didn't put it on initially is because I thought I wasn't gonna get that rubber ring all around my grips, because I have like a tape, like a leather tape here, leather wrap. But no, it fit. It stretches enough, and I was able to fit it. And then I mounted the throttle lock on top of it, and that rubber ring is a little more sticky. So when you lock the throttle, it actually locks it solid. Like it actually holds. Like here we can. So 59. As long as we're going flat, it will hold at 59 pretty good. Actually, it's losing a little bit, so maybe it's not tight enough, and you can kind of secure it a little bit more. And then if you want to kind of let go of the throttle, all you have to do is just twist it forward. Okay, and you basically you can still operate your throttle the way you operate it normally. So that's a little like overview on throttle locks if you didn't know how they work. I'm kind of new to them, so I was wondering how they work. Now it does rest with the throttle lock itself. It rests on your clutch. Sorry, on your brake. And so mine is already getting dinged up. You can't really see it from here, but it will definitely get dinged up. So it's probably would be a good idea to put something, if you don't want it damaged. I don't care about this levers, honestly. I got them for 20 bucks, so I don't really care about them. So I'm probably not going to put anything there. I'm going to replace them anyway eventually. But just FYI, if you have a finish on your levers that you want to preserve, then before you put that stuff on, make sure you put either like a sticky tape in that area where it's going to be making contact, or I don't know, something else. Incredible day for riding right now. Absolutely incredible. Weather is nice, a little windy, but not too bad. So it's been a while. I've been through this areas a long time ago, and it's been probably 10 years since I've been in these parts. So I'm just cruising right now just to get a little bit more familiar with the area, and then I'm gonna come down here because there's a few locations, like a nice charismatic locations where you can actually take some pictures. Like we just passed the gas station there. I'd like to come back, take some pictures there, either with my Jeep or the bike. And there's places like that. There's that house we passed in on the left as well, just like 2 minutes ago. That's also a pretty awesome house. I'd like to get a, I think someone lives there though, but it'd be nice to get like a little snap without being intrusive or anything like that. $68. So this bike pulls pretty much in any gear, and you can see we're going 40. I'm in 5th. It pulls, man. This bike pulls. If you're thinking about buying MT-07, I don't know this. I don't want this video to turn into a review of the bike, but it might. So if you are buying this bike or thinking about buying this bike, and you're a beginner, I think it's a great beginner bike. This is not my first bike. This is my second bike. I've started on a CBR 600, which is definitely not a beginner bike. But this one is actually a lot friendlier to beginners. Number one, you don't have to be very high up in the power band to feel that the bike is there, right? And then also, I think the biggest thing that this bike has going for it, for beginner riders, is how long the throttle throw is. So you have to twist to get the full power. You have to twist the throttle, like you have to twist it like this, you know, like, and I still have room to keep going. So the throttle, like throttle throw is very long. So that's why people kind of put the R6 throttle tubes on there, because that kind of reduces the throttle throw by, I don't know actually by how much, but it makes it better. So if you want to go fast, quick, then you may want to look at the R6 throttle tube for this bike. It's pretty common. I don't think I'm gonna be doing, just because I like having like sometimes I don't like having it, but I think it's better for me to leave it there, because otherwise I'm gonna get in trouble. You know, knowing myself, I will probably get in trouble. Like right now, it's not comfortable to twist it all the way. You really have to put some back into it, so I don't do it as much. But when it's easy, you know, you'll do it all the time. At least I'll do it all the time. Basically, having that long throw kind of promotes more just like enjoyable riding, you know, just like cruising. Not really, not too much spirited riding. Although you can still do spirited riding with this bike. Like, it has plenty of power. You don't need to twist it all the way. But like if you want to do wheelies, I haven't tried it, but I imagine you would want to get that full power right away, especially when you're trying to do a power wheelie. So an R6 throttle tube, I think, would come in handy then. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the throttle throw on these bikes. Some people don't like it, some people like it. I think ultimately it's going to come down to your preferences. I like it. Just keeps me out of trouble. Also, when you're riding this bike, it feels like you're going faster than you really are. You know, of course, once you go fast and then you have to slow down, you feel like you're not moving. But overall with this bike, it's just because it's naked, it just feels like you're going a little bit faster than you really are, which is also a plus for me, because it's, again, that's just one more thing to keep me out of trouble. my nose gets stuffy. I don't know if it's the elevation change, but harder to breathe. Also, one thing to mention, you may notice I do have a USB charger on here. I got a waterproof one. It has 2 USB ports and it looked good on paper. Waterproof, you can charge your phone if it's raining, and 2 ports, which is pretty much, I think that's more than I need 80% of the time. But the thing is, the amps, so it says 3.5 amps. I don't know what the regular amps are on this, but when I run navigation on iPhone, it actually slowly losing charge, so which is kind of weird. So I'm going to be replacing, I think, that that USB charger. Not very happy with it. That's why you see me like turn off the screen, because I'm trying to preserve battery. It drains fairly fast too. I don't understand it. And of course it doesn't charge very fast when there's nothing, when the phone is not doing anything. It doesn't really charge very fast. So I'll need to check the amps. What the normal regular charger has in terms of amps. And then another thing to try is to use a shorter cable. That might help. Damn, some fat freaking bug just hit my face, my visor. I'm glad it's not my face. That was a fatty shit. Another one. That would have been right in my eyeball if not for the visor. Yeah, it's a very pretty area, man. Very lucky to have opportunity to explore places like this. So we're riding to Chama. I believe that's where they filmed the Lone Ranger, I think, with Depp. I think it was Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp. Okay, yeah, it's losing it a little bit. I think it's just not tight enough. Look at that scenery, man. That is just amazing. Look at those red mountains right there. Yeah. This is gorgeous. Lots of bugs. I'm getting a hang of like cornering with this bike now more and more. I start not to mind the suspension as much. Like, it's soft, especially good on highway like today when you go over like hilly road, right, that goes up and down. It's actually nice. It feels really good. But yeah, it's not really a canyon carving machine, although you can do a little bit of that. I haven't done it myself, but I'm getting more and more confident in it. Now, I haven't been riding for like 10 years. I just started. Had this bike for a month, 2 months maybe. Yeah, it feels better. Feels better and better. Originally, I was really scared cornering. So I feel like this bike is making me a better rider. Because on a sport bike, super sports, I mean, they turn easy. I don't know, they just, you just lean them in, and you know, like, you have full confidence. With this one, it's not the same. the stock seat on this bike is quite bad. I mean, it's good for about 2 hours of riding, and some people will tell you that it's good for an hour from the research that I've done. But from my personal experience, I can ride 2 hours fairly comfortable, and then I can do 3 hours. I mean, I've been already riding, like yesterday I did 4-hour trip on the stock seat with a couple stops. And today, what is it? I think I left around 10:30. So it's been about 2 hours. Yeah, just about 2 hours. So my ass is screaming at me right now to get off this bike. So I'm looking for a seat for an MT-07. If you're listening to this and you want to sponsor this channel with a nice MT-07 comfort seat, that's good for long rides, yeah, hit me up. I'm pretty sure anything is going to be better than the stock seat. I actually got myself a cushion for the seat, which I didn't take, and I haven't tested it yet. Actually, I put it on, strapped it, but I just hated how it looked, so I took it off. But I think I want to actually give it a shot on trips like this. That right there looks like a Chinaman's hat. I don't know what that peak is called. But does have a unique look. I like this back road. I really like cruising on this bike. Like, back road, I don't like going fast on it, but I really enjoy taking it on those back roads. Like, you can see I'm not even passing that SUV in front of me, because I mean, I'm enjoying this ride the way it is. That's why I love this bike. It's pretty much everything I need. Because when I had my 600, the CBR 600 double R, that thing was It's like having a, imagine you have a F1 engine under your balls and you can just flick it, you know, give it power with a flick of your wrist, and it just flies, it screams, and it's just insane. You're gonna be doing that on and off. And that's what I've been doing. And I did get in a lot of trouble with that bike, and it's kind of hard to control myself from like not doing it. When you can, you just do, you know, just because you can. So with this bike, it's way different. Like the way this engine, I feel like this engine likes to be around like 4,000, 5,000. It doesn't like to be at 6,000. I don't think so. And when it's in that power band, it's just music to your ears, just cruising around, enjoying the views. That's really losing it. Yeah, so this thing is a little fiddly, you know, it's fiddly. It's I mean, it's 20 bucks. I think it's like 20 bucks, something like that. For 20 bucks, I'll keep it on my handlebar. Like, I don't care that it doesn't work, that it doesn't hold the speed all the time. Like, it holds it enough so that I can actually rest my hand, you know. And that's worth 20 bucks to me. You know, if you ride a motorcycle, you know the feeling of not being able to take off your hands from the throttle tube for long periods of time, right? Like this, like my hand is like resting. And then if I wanna go a little faster, we just do that, and we go a little faster. So yeah, affiliate link for the Throttle Lock is gonna be down in the description. If you guys want one, you can pick one up or take a look at some other ones. There are some more expensive ones, but I don't know, like there's a $200 one, but people still say it doesn't hold your speed 100%, you know. So if a $200 one doesn't hold your speed 100%, then I'm just gonna go with a $20 one and have the same issue. The downside to this thing is you kind of need two hands to control it, or to engage it. You need two hands. To disengage it, you can do one hand, no problem. Man, yeah, my butt is, oh, my butt hurts. I'm doing this thing, and I just got off like 30 miles ago, and my butt is already, I mean, I did ride yesterday for about 4 hours, so that kind of also contributing to this ride, because usually I can do 2 hours on the seat, no problem. So yeah, guys, if you're buying a USB port for your bike, make sure to take a look at the ampage that it puts out, how many amps. This one is 3.5, and it's not good, not good. I didn't know I needed to look at amps, you know. I thought as long as it's plugged in, it will at least hold its current charge, but not really. So something to keep an eye out for. Now I'll have to search for another charger. Now I'm probably going to be looking for like a fast charger. I hate cattle cars because sometimes they have like missing rails, and if you're on two wheels, that can end badly. Gorgeous. Rio Chama recreation area. We're going to talk about the Ruroc's Shockwave. Oh man. Did you see that? See that wind? Holy smokes, it's windy. Wow, this is way windier than it was on that other road. Alright, well, let's see if we can do this. So, Shockwave. I got the Herman and Carden edition. I guess that's their latest and greatest. So it's 200 bucks. And then the other version, the regular version, is 170. So the sound quality and the volume is very good. I'm actually using it right now for the navigation, and I can hear when the navigation tells me like where to go, and it's actually very, very helpful versus when you have to watch the screen all the time. And yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it totally fine. Now the battery also seems to be very good. It's probably good for 2 full days of riding, I would think. I don't know if you guys can hear me through all this wind and the noise, because I can barely hear myself. But hopefully you can. So that's the good. So the battery is great. The sound quality, I want to say sound quality is great, but it's really, it's relative. You know, it's relative because you're on a motorcycle. There's wind all around you. So great is relative. Like, you can hear the lyrics and you can hear the music. Sometimes you can't though. So but most of the time you can, like, it's loud enough. And the battery is just is good enough. Like for me, that like 2 days, you know, basically I can charge it for the weekend, go ride, and then I can charge it again for the next weekend. And maybe it's more, maybe it's better than just 2 days. I'm just assuming, you know, but from what I'm seeing right now, the battery on it is very good. So that's the good. Now the bad, well, another point for the good, it's very flush, right? You don't sacrifice any comfort. It installs in the helmet. You don't see it. There's no wires, nothing. So it's very nice in that regard. And then the bad. Now the bad is this is amazing, guys. Look at it. Woohoo! Oh, windy. Alright, so the bad is the buttons. And I think that's something that every device of this sort struggles with. You know, it's the buttons. How do you control the ease of control? You know, when you understand which button you're pushing, when you're pushing it. Because half the time, like literally 50% of the time, I have no idea what I'm pushing, which button I'm pushing. I just push it, and then I kind of want to see, then I look if something happened, and if something happened, I know what I pushed. I pushed the right one. Well, probably. You can really operate only one button though, and that's the plus. So volume up or the next song. Anything else is too difficult to reach. Like to reach minus, right? To reach volume down, I have to actually turn my head the opposite way, you know, to make sure the back of the helmet kind of swings closer to my left hand, and then I can, you know, with some difficulty find that minus button and operate it, which is not safe whatsoever on the highway. Not safe at all. So yeah, I pretty much like everything about the system besides the controls. Now the question is it better than some of the $20 systems that you find out there? And I will say yes, it is. And the biggest thing that it has going for it is the volume. It is actually pretty loud. But then again, it kind of depends on where you're riding, because if you're riding like I'm doing right now, like highway riding, I mean, you need something loud, because otherwise you're not going to be able to hear anything. If you're driving or if you're riding in the city, you can 100% you can get away with a $20 one. Now I actually bought both, so I speak from experience. I'm using the Shockwave just because I like it more, you know, because it installs better, it's louder, the sound is crisper, the battery is good. The battery on the other one is very good too, though. It actually lasts for a very long time. There's one more big fat negative about the Shockwave that I forgot to mention, and that is you cannot operate Siri like right now. Hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri. Like you can't operate Siri. It just does not pick it up. And it's the same, like I find it, as long as I'm moving on my bike, no matter how fast, it just cannot activate Siri, which kind of sucks, because if you actually could activate Siri, then you can use Siri basically hands-free to change your songs, add volume, you know, do whatever. You would need the buttons on the back, and that would actually make this unit way better. But unfortunately, Siri doesn't work. Getting a little more chilly. crazy windy. Tosses the bike. I feel like in every single of my videos I complain about the wind. It's 50, I didn't see the speed limit sign. Better slow down. Antiques. Oh man, need a break, need a gas station. So 50%, so the phone has been on a charger ever since I left the house, which was around 10. That time on a charger, and it's at 50%, so I'm pretty sure it's actually gonna die before I get back home. So yeah, I won't have navigation soon. I kind of know this parts, so I should be okay. But I definitely like to have my navigation.